On the night Washington votes, anti-Trump protesters throw rocks and reportedly light fires in Albuquerque, New Mexico. More on this in a moment. First, a close race for the Democrats. I'm Marnie Hughes.
And I'm David Rose. The most up-to-date numbers right now show Hillary Clinton with 54%, leading Bernie Sanders by a little more than 48,000 votes. Donald Trump sweeps the state with 76% of the vote. Ted Cruz, John Kasich, and Ben Carson still on the ballot because they dropped out after they were printed.
The breakdown of how candidates did in different parts of the state gives us some interesting clues about the voters, and C.R. Douglas is here to show us why.
You know, despite the fact that tonight's vote won't affect the overall race on either side, Washingtonians still have wanted to have their say in this election with over 1 million ballots being cast. Now, let's first look at the Republican side. As we said, a clean sweep for Donald Trump. I mean, this clearly shows he has been able to unify the party here. Despite some diehard Cruz and Kasich supporters, they were not able to manage a win in any of our counties. Now, the Democratic side, where votes are coming in, things a lot more interesting here. Hillary Clinton, you see her in the light blue. She's winning most of the state, but interestingly, Bernie Sanders, well, he's doing well, as you can see, up north and even down along the south. But in that key Puget Sound region where the population center is, Clinton coming on strong tonight, a big reversal from her poor showing in the caucuses last March. Now, we know that the results on the Democratic side don't count since the party used those caucuses to allocate all their delegates, but the winner of tonight's primary is definitely going to have some bragging rights.
So that's really weird. Why did she do so poorly in the caucuses but is doing great tonight?
You know, consistently throughout this whole nomination process, she has done well in primaries as opposed to caucuses. A lot more people participate in primaries, and it plays to her strengths. Bernie Sanders, those fervent supporters, they go to caucuses, but there aren't enough of them, in effect, to make a difference in the primary. Primaries work to Clinton's strengths, which is why she did so well tonight.
Interesting. All right. Thanks, CR. And right now, protesters are lighting fires and throwing rocks outside a Trump rally in Albuquerque. It is a sight that we have seen here in Linden and then repeated in other parts of the country as well. Trump spoke to a huge crowd inside the New Mexico rally tonight. And just within the hour, Donald Trump called into a support rally in Linwood. Chris Francis is there with an update. Chris?
Marnie, boy, did that phone call wake this party up. You know, Trump supporters came from all over Western Washington to be here tonight just to hear their candidate speak for about a minute. He thanked them for their support.
You're special people. I'm going to be there a lot. We're going to campaign hard to win. You know, traditionally it's a Democrat area, but not with us. It's going to be a Republican. I think we'll win easily.
Donald Trump's message was heard loud and clear by the 50 or so supporters in this sports bar in Linwood. He didn't waste any time bashing Hillary Clinton.
She's a person that should not be president. Frankly, she shouldn't even be allowed to run. But I hope she does run because we're going to beat her badly.
And almost everyone we spoke with amazed that he took the time to call even before the Washington primary results were in.
It was great. Yeah, I think it's really cool that he would take the time to call, you know, a little place like this.
He's so personable and he treats people so well. And that's the part that might not come across on the debate stage or in other parts of politics, but he's a businessman. He knows how to work with people.
Rose Walker knows she's in Democratic territory living in Western Washington, but she's going to support Trump anyway all the way through to November.
I had knee surgery last Tuesday, and I said, I got to get over there to hear this voice on the phone, you know. But we saw him in Linden a couple weeks ago, and that was awesome.
And the underlying theme tonight here is, well, they know they have an uphill fight in Washington, which leans heavily Democratic. But supporters here say this fall will be different because, well, Donald Trump is different. Live in Linwood, Chris Francis, Q13 News.
All right, Chris.